You can be standing in the middle of a packed city block or staring at a phone flooded with hundreds of notifications and still feel entirely cut off from the rest of humanity. Psychologists call this specific state perceived isolation. It describes a disconnect that persists regardless of how many people are actually in the room with you. This analysis identifies the phenomenon as a subjective reality. It is a trick of the mind where your internal perception of the world overrides the physical facts of your environment. Because this experience is subjective, the weight of being disconnected remains a psychological illusion. Your brain becomes convinced you are alone, even when you are surrounded by evidence of connection. Section 2 maps triggers for this illusion. Early childhood relationships set our baseline for trust. When these patterns meet modern technology, the gap widens. Digital feeds offer quick engagement, but fail to provide the depth required for genuine belonging. This lack of depth leaves an emotional void. Over time, that emptiness fosters social anxiety, making the brain view the prospect of real-world rejection as a catastrophic event. These shallow digital interactions create a cycle where the fear of reaching out actually increases the more time we spend connected online. When you are trapped in this loop, the brain begins to alter its neurological priorities. The report explains that the cognitive impact is significant. The brain begins misinterpreting neutral daily environments as literal physical threats. This is an evolutionary survival mechanism. In the ancient world, being cast out of the group meant certain death, so the brain developed a hypervigilance mode to keep you on high alert for danger. Loneliness functions as a neurological survival mode, triggered by a false alarm that prioritizes safety and suspicion over rational connection. Living in a state of constant survival alert eventually takes a physical toll on the body. This persistent stress response leads to severe sleep disruption, weakens the immune system, and causes a measurable collapse in your ability to focus on daily tasks. As your physical health declines and your mental focus fades, you are more likely to withdraw further into yourself. This creates a feedback loop that reinforces the brain's belief that the world is a dangerous place. Perceived isolation is a self-sustaining physiological crisis that erodes the body's systems until the threat cycle is intentionally broken. Since isolation is a subjective state, the brain's alarm system can be systematically recalibrated. Section 4 identifies the psychological actions to begin this rewiring. Gradual exposure involves small, safe social interactions, providing evidence that environments aren't hostile. This works alongside cognitive reframing, challenging false threat alerts and replacing them with objective interpretations. These tools allow you to dismantle the false threat architecture, clearing the path for more meaningful engagement with others. The final step in overriding the isolation loop is what psychologists call active service. Focusing on helping others provides immediate feedback that you are a valuable part of a group. This signal of belonging deactivates the amygdala's threat response, ending the biological survival mode. Genuine belonging emerges through these intentional interactions that prove to your brain that your internal narrative of isolation is incorrect. By identifying the mind's false threat alarms and utilizing service to provide tangible proof of connection, it is possible to dismantle the illusion of isolation and step back into a shared reality.